Hello, everybody. What is up? My name is Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. I don't usually do lives at this time of day, but something sparked that I needed to do so. So today is Thursday. I usually do Twin Flame messages in the morning, but not usually live. So this is a first. So we'll see if anybody comes. If they do come and they want a quick message about their twin flame, they may get one. Hello, Lisa. What is up? Today I'm going to talk about twin flames and why they're so important and the relevance to who I am. Okay. So I am the one who brought about the ascension. I know that sounds quite unfathomable. Sounds like I'm cuckoo, right? Well, I'm not. Hello, everybody. Hello. It actually started happening to me and through me a few years ago. I had a Kundalini awakening in 2019, and then my life just suddenly just took a turn, and all these kinds of things started happening to me and through me. I started doing weird healings that nobody understood. They were medical grade. I can do very strange things. I can travel outside myself, right? That was one of the first things that I was doing. Then all of a sudden I started having things happen to me for the earth. Okay. It's not a joke. It started with clearing Mount Shasta. Well, I would do other things too, like go to Uruguay one time just to raise the vibration there. And so it happened in stages. There's so many things that it would take me forever to talk about. So I'm just giving you the gist of it. But it is mostly on this channel for you guys to witness. And Lisa's actually been involved in some of my workshops and seen the things that I've done and had a lot of the activations as well. So these things are very real. Okay. There's people that work with me that come to these videos a lot. But I cleared Mount Shasta. Then I activated Fiji. This painting's actually relevant for it too, which was always meant to be the God portal, the Earth's root chakra, those kinds of things. And then I started activating other pyramids. And then I ended up waking up my DM. Okay. Lisa says, yes, I can attest to the medical grade healings and workshops and activations. Yeah, she's done a lot with me so far. It started, like I said, it was just happening to me. I ended up moving next door to my DM, and I didn't realize that. I didn't know what twin flames were, didn't even know I was one. I thought that was just BS. You know what I mean? Like, I did. I mean, that's just the truth. I wasn't spiritual prior. I wasn't religious by all means. I always knew that was wrong. Never left a good feeling in my body. And so I started learning piece by piece who I was and what I was doing through downloads and through understanding the work that I was doing. It was all part of my awakening, and you can watch it on this channel unfold. Okay, the twin flame story started unfolding. And I kept saying I had to unite with my DM so that we can unite twin flames. I had to unite with my DM so that we can unite the twin flames. I didn't know how layered that was. Okay. So I started waking him up. We energetically combined our souls like this. And then all of our chakras combined. And I started really feeling him, could hear him, all these crazy things. But I didn't know he was with a fallen angel. Okay. My DM at the time, my original one, because I have two. I only have two, by the way. Some of you might know the relevance to that. But I didn't realize he was with a fallen angel, and it was very hard to unite with him. I ended up being attacked at that point because he took off with a fallen angel for over a year. The ascension actually almost didn't happen. Okay, this plays out on this channel. You can actually go back through all my videos and watch the whole entire ascension unfold. It's crazy. That's why Spirit wanted me to do this channel, and I didn't know it was coming. I fought them the whole way because I'm stubborn, trust me. And then in the end, I ended up waking him up. I followed diligently with what Spirit had told me to do. I was attacked several times over. Amy's not here right now, but she can attest to having to heal me several times because she was my first academy graduate. I was teaching her how to do healings, and she ended up having to heal me. Okay, because I was being attacked by the fallen angels through my DM. He tried to kill me. He did. Subconsciously mostly because he had a very low vibration. And he ended up dying on August 30th of last year. Okay. So I talk about that. I had a DM. His name was David. And that is actually biblical as well. But he ended up dying on August 30th of last year. That happened in a workshop through me and to me. And I did post it for everybody to watch. Very few people have. It's not graphic, but you can see me cry and it's painful and you can kind of experience what happens. And then I got a walk-in DM. Okay. So that is why in the physical plane, Jesus and Mary Magdalene haven't united, but in the energy they have. Okay. I got a new walk-in DM on August 30th of last year, and he was supposed to unite with me by Christmas of last year. On Christmas Day of this last year, we united Jesus and Mary Magdalene. I didn't realize that was the twin flames I kept talking about, that my DM and I had to unite. And I undid the false Holy Grail. That actually happened live on this channel. Okay. I'm just giving a quick recap. I know somebody did stop watching, it looks like, and I hope they don't miss this because it's very important, you guys. It's a part of the ascension. It is a part of the return of Christ. It is biblical, okay, and it will be a part of your history. That's just the reality of it. As much as I try to deny it, try to be normal, I'm not, okay? And you can watch the whole entirety of it unfold on this channel. What up, Amy? What up? See, you came in and it looked like somebody came out, and so I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Amy is the one I was just talking about. She actually ended up having to help me heal several times while I was being attacked by my DM, not my DM himself, but it was the fallen angels that he was surrounded by. You guys, it was like really painful and really traumatic while that was happening, all playing out on my channel. The angels would even tell him they couldn't go where he was at. Like, it was bad, okay? It's a lot more detailed than what I'm telling it. There's a lot more details than what I'm giving it justice. It was extremely painful, extremely traumatic, and extremely sad, okay? But I ended up falling in love with a new DM energetically because, again, we are combined. Our souls are combined. And then I united Jesus and Mary Magdalene and undid the false Holy Grail. I call it the false Holy Grail because they told you it was a cup. That cup was used to gather Jesus's blood to write the contract in his blood. Okay, that was the false Holy Grail. All right. And I undid that and united Jesus and Mary Magdalene in the energy, which my DM was supposed to be here for with me. But again, he did not come. So the walk-in DM still was not coming forward when he was being called. Okay. And at this point, I didn't know if he was dying or what. You can watch that play out on my channel. For some reason, the DM just has not stepped up when God calls him. And so I ended up doing the entire ascension pretty much by myself. My new DM would come in the energy and help me when I was doing Mount Kilimanjaro and stuff, which, you guys, is very relevant for the Hawaii fires. I'll do a video on that later. Because when I was doing Mount Kilimanjaro, I activated the crystalline grid underneath the pyramids and said that is our electricity. That is where we are supposed to get our electricity from, is the earth, not power lines. And that's what happened in Hawaii, is the power lines sparked the fire, and like over 100 people have been perished so far. So these things are very real, okay? The ascension is the return of Christ. Twin flames are very important to that. Okay, they are very, very important to the return of Christ. Twin flames are. Because they're all the 144,000. Jesus and Mary Magdalene were the twin flames. Oh, so there was just an earthquake 6.2 in Colombia. So I did activate a pyramid in Colombia as well, you guys. So if you know where I did the work, and then you see what's playing out on the earth plane right now, you'll know where it came from. Okay. And that's the unfortunate part, is that most people don't take the time to watch the work that I did, the workshops and stuff. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the return happened live on here on Christmas Day this last year. And my twin flame was called forward for it again, but he didn't come. Okay. So I ended up having to do it by myself. I've almost died 3 times on this journey. All right. So that is a quick recap of where we're at with the twin flames, why they did not physically unite, and why sometimes I struggle. It's like, will people know that the return of Christ happened through a woman rather than just Jesus? Because if you know the entire story, it's Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. And each time they would take apart the twin souls. Okay. That's why most twin flames right now feel it in their gut. They know they're supposed to be united. All right. So I asked Spirit where we were at because my new DM again didn't show up. I didn't know if he died again. I feel things, but I'm kind of detaching myself from it a little bit because I don't want to think about him, and I'm not supposed to. However, I'll tell you what Malachi told me today. Okay, because if you watch my workshops, when I did Mount Shasta Part 2, was the final time my new DM was supposed to step forward. I had to do that by myself, and I got a brain bleed. They had to stop the work to heal it. I feel it, you guys. These things are very real. They've hurt me physically, spiritually. It took everything I had to bring about the ascension. But I will tell you, we have won. Okay. It is complete. The ascension is done. There is no going back. All of the gates all the way up through heaven are open, which when I cleared the Nile, they talked about that in my workshop. Okay. And all this is on the channel. So we are safe. The only thing is that certain people didn't wake up enough in time and to clear their shadow. Okay. I will also tell you that yes, Jesus and Mary Magdalene were supposed to come together to unite all twin flames. And my DM did not show up. 11:11. So here's what Malachi says. Okay. I really wish people would just hang out and watch the video. Here are the messages. I'll pull the message for the twin flames. And then if anybody wants a twin flame message, they can have one for free. I did this video because somebody had commented asking about the twin flames and really wanted to know where his twin flame was. And I don't see him here today. Maybe when I do the messages, he will show up. I don't know. This is what I'm talking about, though. And I'm like, I wish people would actually hear what I say because it's very relevant. You guys, I'm very proud of the work I did. I fought very hard for it. It almost killed me several times, and I probably wouldn't have made it through if I didn't have the help that I was given at the time that I had it, and if it weren't for the angels. So in essence, Jesus did die. Now, if you guys are paying attention to social media, Jamie Foxx is not himself. I'm not going to get into what that is. I did a video on that in my Shining Light. It is what it is. You can believe what you want to believe. He also did this rant recently where they said they killed Jesus. Did you guys see that? Jamie Foxx came out saying, we killed Jesus. That's actually true. Okay? They can probably say that. That was the crazy thing about him saying that message when he said it, because on August 30th of last year, Michelle, it's for twin flames. It's only for twin flames. So if you're a twin flame, I would love to give you a free message. But this one is just for twin flames. So last year, Amy remembers this, okay, because she was giving me the healings. She knows he was called forward. She was a whole part of my journey at that time. My DM had like a week left to choose, and he made the choice. And so God had to take his soul. And was he with the fallen angels when he died? Yes, he was. So they're claiming stake. Okay. She says she is. We'll see. I will definitely look into that for you, but I'm going to get through this part first and then we'll do those. Okay. So I do see Amy and then you. So that's awesome. So remind me when I get there, okay? The order in case we go too long in the comments. But when on August 30th of last year, Jesus did die. It's my twin flame. His name was actually David. Okay. And in the Bible, it actually talked about David, waking up David, and that's what I was doing. So it was very biblical. And so when Jamie Foxx just went off the handle, whoever this Jamie Foxx is now, I will tell you straight up, I don't think it's him. Okay. I did a video on that. I don't care what you guys like. You can believe what you want, but he actually popped off the handle saying we killed Jesus. I find that quite ironic because on August 30th of last year, my DM did die and I got to walk in. They don't know I got to walk in. Okay. This is very real. It's very biblical. It's part of the return of Christ. Okay. So I found that very strange. Did you guys see that? Everybody had these thoughts. So like, what happened to Jamie? He disappeared. Then all of a sudden he came back not looking like himself. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he popped off going, oh, we killed Jesus. You guys, they did. Okay. But I got to walk in. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here either. I surpassed my DM. Okay, the fallen angels were attacking him. He couldn't get out of it. He wasn't strong enough. I was strong enough. I stood strong. Hey, Harold is here. I'm happy about that, you guys. The numbers always lie. I'm so happy you came because you're why I did this video, my friend. I don't know you, but you are why I did this video. But I'm kind of telling about, and I have a message for you about the twin flames, Harold. And then I will do free messages for twin flames. I have Amy and Michelle wanting one now, and then you can have one too. Okay. I think that's great, Michelle, because we'll find out for sure too. So here's the deal. They are right about that. The original DM did die. It was I am Adam and Eve. That's who we're playing out this lifetime. It's also Jesus and Mary Magdalene. It's also Sekhmet and Horus. I talk about this a lot. So I represent all of those energies. It's not simply just Jesus, right? Everybody's expecting Jesus. Basically, I did the work, okay? And I'm very proud of it. And I do have a twin flame. And I will tell you guys, my second DM is still alive. That is what they told me today. He is still alive, okay? So that's good. That means he actually chose love. He chose me still. So I don't know what's happening there other than that, okay? But I'm going to give you what Malachi says. So Malachi is an angel that was actually on this earth at one time. He is part of myself, and my DM is the leader of the 144,000, which is all twin souls, okay? All twin souls. And Harold was right. Jesus and Mary Magdalene were supposed to unite all twin souls, which plays out on my channel over the last 2 years was the twin flame soul part, okay? Where I connected with mine, I fought for his soul for over a year, and then he still chose to not show up and he died, okay? Then I got the walk-in. It is all on this channel. So I encourage you guys to watch those videos. They're through the workshops. And it was also in the channeled messages. Spirit was always telling him, like, hey, show up, stop this. It was very painful. So currently, when my twin flame died, I swelled up because I had to take that part of the soul, okay, until my walk-in became more acclimated. And then he did take it on. But again, I don't know why the DM has such a hard time stepping forward. I'm trying to do my part every day and make myself better and doing what I can do. And that's all we can do, okay? But for now, twin souls can unite. Here's the deal, okay? Malachi is holding the blue light. All right. My twin flame is still alive. I have some of the blue light in me. Malachi is holding the other part. Because if I had it all, I don't think I could be okay. My DM is still alive. He actually sent me a message last night. And I didn't know for sure it was him, but they're confirming that. I'm not going to share that with you. That was personal. A redemption wave is about to come and flow through. Okay? That's what they're saying. My DM is still alive, the second one. I don't have a third one. They're about to send a redemption wave. I don't know what that means, but it's about to flow through, okay? God is definitely taking care of that. It's a big deal. Now, here's the keys to the union I will give you as well, and I will pull some cards for a collective twin flame really quick as well, okay? And then you guys can have a free message about your personal twin soul journey. All right. So there are keys to union that are rather important. No matter who you are, if you're a twin soul, it is what you have to do to unite. Okay. It's what they taught me to unite with my DM, except for he was with a fallen angel. All right. So it was very difficult. People don't realize that since Adam and Eve, Jesus had a black hole in his heart. And that is what I was waking up and healing, okay? But we just didn't get it in time, unfortunately. So for now, Malachi's holding the blue light. So all twin flames can unite if they're doing what they need to do so. So it's an internal journey, right? I talk about that a lot. Meaning, what happens if I sit here and constantly think about my DM? Who knows that answer? Like what in twin flame unions, one is always a runner and one is always a chaser. And the moment you usually unite, you repel each other at first. So twin souls will usually meet, open heart spaces, repel each other out because then they have to heal, okay? Then when the healing occurs, they unite again. All right. That's usually how it goes. It's exactly what happened with my twin flame and I, and that's what all twin flames should do. Right. So whether you know if you've met yours or not, you should have at one point. All right. Most people have at this point. So you'll kind of meet. It'll be like so intense, and you'll open the heart space for healing. It'll be like sometimes you'll feel it, sometimes you won't, and then you repel each other. Right? Yeah. So it's like they repel, and then once you heal, it becomes like a magnet. That's a really good way to put it, Amy. Because she's watched all this unfold for me. She's learned right along with me. It's been crazy. And she learned she was a twin flame too. So unfortunately, because of what the DM did, a lot didn't unite already, and they should have. Okay. So there is a detriment there. And that's probably what every twin flame is feeling at this time. It's like this loneliness, this calling. But if you hyper focus on your twin soul, it's a repellent. So I cannot, it's really truly trying not to think about them, and instead focusing inward to heal you, removing the masks. Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Okay. These are the keys to union: self-love, self-recognition of shadow components. All right. So you go inward, focus on healing you and becoming the best version of yourself, because these are not third dimensional relationships. They're 5-dimensional and beyond. Actually, they're more than 5-dimensional usually. So you are all filled with Christ light at this point, though. All twin flames are, because on the outer world, it looks like we've all united. Okay. Because it's the return of Christ. So we needed that. They're part of the protection. They really are. Okay. That's why they were supposed to unite. So it looks like you've united. And that's why you probably feel that in your soul big time. So focus inward on self-development, self-growth, and healing your shadow. The more you do that and you keep your vibration high, eventually you'll unite regardless. Learn to love yourself more. Work on balance from the heart center. Okay, you have to be open in your heart. You have to know your heart-centered values and wants and needs and joys, and work from that space. Okay. So what you do should be what you love. It should be where your passion is. It should be what you love, what sets you free. You're working on staying in balance from that. Okay. Joy and self-growth. Why, what, when, and hows. Why do I do this? When do I do this? How do I fix it? Set the intention to heal it. Set the intention to stop the patterning. It is in this space, when you are in balance from the heart center, working on you. I know. So Harold, you missed some of the video, I think, but twin flames. So my DM died, okay, a year ago. We were already supposed to unite. I united Jesus and Mary Magdalene by myself. It was supposed to be my DM and I. And he died from a fallen angel. So that's why you'll feel like there's betrayal. Okay, because there was. There was, through a fallen angel energy. Okay. But we forgive that. All right. So focus inward. You got to stop focusing on her, as hard as it might be. You have to. And to be in balance includes self-maintenance routine, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Okay. High vibrational aspects, diet, meditation, etc. What am I eating? What am I putting in my body? Okay. So that's a loaded. Is she in on it? So here's the thing: is I am a leader of the 144,000. So is my DM, and so is Malachi. Malachi is an angel who was once a person on this planet. Okay, you can look that up too. And he works with me a lot. When my DM and I went to unite, because we were supposed to unite all fallen angels, he was being attacked. He was with a fallen angel. He was on drugs. I talk about this a lot. He was into very heavy drug use. Okay. And this is what he had to clear from the time of Adam and Eve. It ended up, I had to clear it on my own. And he ended up dying on August 30th of last year. And I got a walk-in DM. At that point, my new DM was supposed to unite with me. He'd been called forward several times and he still has not. Okay. So there is a detriment within the union of twin souls. I've worked very hard at it. There is an energy there of not being able to see clearly, They did end up dipping their toes too far into the shadow side, into that of what is not of God. Okay. So there is repair that is occurring somewhat at this time. But Malachi is holding the blue light. Okay. So twin flames can unite. The problem is one is a runner and one is a chaser. Always. In every twin flame story, one is a runner and one is a chaser. You have to heal you enough, and that causes your twin flame to heal enough and become part of their heart center. Once you are aligned to your heart center and working out of balance from your heart center and focusing inward on you, union is drawn forward and occurs. It just happens. Okay. Because like Amy said, it's like a repellent until you're healed enough, because it's a high vibrational relationship. They are not third dimensional. Okay. A healed masculine is different than a non-healed masculine. A healed feminine is different than a non-healed feminine. Now, a masculine can be more on the feminine side and a feminine can be more on the masculine side. Okay. It just depends. So the keys to union, if you truly want to unite, you got to stop thinking about her. I know that sounds completely weird and foreign, but it's true. You can't think about her. You got to think about you. You need to think about loving yourself completely. You need to think about healing your shadow. Why do you do the things that you do? Taking off the masks, right? Healing to your heart space, opening your heart space, coming from a heart-centered nature. So what matters to me, where my passion lies, that's what I'm focusing on, right? I'm growing as a person. I'm staying in balance, meaning I don't do anything too long. I'm making sure I'm in self-care, watching what I put in my body, raising my vibration every time I go, okay? Having healthy boundaries and making sure everything I do is in a love focus. So no judgment, all right? No judgment, pure forgiveness, okay? Because a twin soul is partly you, right? It's part of your soul walking around. There's a masculine and feminine aspect of every person. God is both masculine and feminine. He created Adam and Eve, which was my first lifetime I had to clear, which was actually Atlantis, okay? Adam and Eve were twin souls, all right? Direct descendants of God. That was Jesus and Mary Magdalene. That is also Sekhmet and Horus. And my entire awakening and my entire bringing about the ascension is all three of those lifetimes. I undid the false Holy Grail. I united Jesus and Mary Magdalene in the energy. Yes, it is very interesting. And Jesus did not die on a cross. Amy, Lisa, I know you guys have heard me talk about this many times. Maybe Michelle has too. Do you guys want to tell him what happened to Jesus? While I pull a few cards so we can get on to the messages. It does get confusing. Harold is new here. I've been doing this since 2020 fully. The union the return of Christ has been occurring since 2020. And it got bypassed for a year because we almost didn't make it at all. Lisa says he was poisoned. Do you remember who poisoned him? Who poisoned Jesus? He didn't die on a cross. It's actually part of the book of Revelations also. So Jesus was poisoned with, I believe, I always forget, you guys, because I had to process his death and it was very painful. Was it strychnine? I think it was strychnine. I heard one guy said he was going to kill the Son of God and take his wife and steal his power. That is okay. So each lifetime of God, Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus, that is what they did. They ripped apart the cyanide. Maybe it was cyanide or strychnine. I always forget. They ripped apart the twin souls because that is taking the power of God. Okay. That's what happened. They got Mary Magdalene. Okay. So John the Apostle poisoned Jesus. He did not die on a cross. I know that's hard for people to believe. And then when you think about what they did with the cross and holding him on there and shoving it in your face, it's quite sickening. Like, I would stop. I don't have crosses in my house. I'll put it that way. He did not die on a cross. The reason the cross was changed is because it was the Ankh. The Ankh has the curve at the top. And when they took apart God, when they removed Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Adam and Eve, and Sekhmet and Horus, the cross became a solid line up and down. So, Harold, I already did the entire ascension. I already brought about the entire ascension. The gates are closed for darkness. It's open all the way into heaven. When I cleared the Nile, I opened that one. And right now we are in the end days. We are in phase 3 of phase 4 of the last days on this planet. Not everybody's going to die, though. This is about what doesn't belong here. Okay, this is the resurrection. This is the return of Christ. That's what the ascension is. And when Jamie Foxx said they killed Jesus, they did essentially, but I got a walk-in, which is not normal either. So that's when I got my walk-in DM. So the fact that Jamie said that points towards more that Jamie is not Jamie anymore. Okay, I don't know anymore, you know. So it's not a joke because my DM died on August 30th. So Jesus was poisoned by strychnine, by John the Apostle, or cyanide, whatever it was. I always forget because it happened in a workshop years ago now. And then they got Mary Magdalene to gather his blood with that cup thing. And then they wrote a contract in Jesus's blood. The guy I heard say that was a tarot reader. So he said they were going to kill the Son of God, take his wife, and steal his power. Yeah, so he's probably reading into some things, but I don't know all of what he's reading into. In truth, Harold, if you do watch my channel, a year ago, my DM died. Okay, he and I are the return of Christ. You can decipher that however you want to decipher that. Okay, it was 3 lifetimes I was healing and clearing and removing the shadow from Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. Those were all Jesus's lifetimes and mine. All 3 lifetimes I had to clear. I talk about this and people watched it happen. Amy, Lisa now has been watching for a minute. Michelle is still kind of catching up, right? And I have many more. They're just not here right now. Okay. So did Jesus truly kind of die this lifetime? He did, but I got a walk-in. Okay. So it's okay. It's okay. What I will tell you right now is we are safe. The shadow's been removed. The bubble of protection has been created completely. When my DM died, it was completely put over. And all the gates of darkness are closed. They can no longer come here. They can only exit out. We are going into the beginning of phase 4 in 2024. That's where we're at on the ascension. The final phase is phase 4, and the beginning of it is in 2024. Right as we go into 2024, it is the final phase entering into. Okay, so if you want to unite with your twin flame, Malachi is still carrying the blue light right now because my DM has not stepped forward to me. So we're safe. The only way to unite with your twin flame is to not think about them because one's a repellent, it's a repellent. One is a runner, one is a chaser, always. Okay, what it takes to unite is 5-dimensional consciousness and beyond. So you have to be heart-centered. You need to heal yourself. Figure out why you do what you do. Clear your shadow. Open your heart center and stay in balance from the heart center, focusing on joy and being in balance and you. Okay. The more you don't think about your twin soul, the more you call them in. Kind of opposite, right? It's nothing like a karmic relationship. Pure forgiveness must be there for what happened, because you got to consider is that you guys are governed by God, right? So whatever happened to me in my DM is playing out through all of the twin flames. At least the higher up ones, especially. Okay, because there's different rankings of twin souls. All right. So Jesus didn't die on no cross, you guys. He was poisoned by John the Apostle. And this is actually the Apocalypse of John. That was part of it. I know she hurt you. My DM hurt me too. But if you can't forgive, that's not of God. Okay? Unconditional love means no judgment. You have to understand why she did what she did. It was not in her heart. Do you understand? So she was more in her head space because you guys are not healed enough. So if you start focusing on you, you start healing you, she's going to do the same thing. And then when you get to the heart space, it's open and you're in balance, union occurs. Okay? But it's like that's like difficult because people have a hard time not focusing on their twin soul. And anybody that is a true twin flame that has united will tell you the same thing. It's difficult because you have to heal yourself. Okay? Do not think about your twin flame. Heal yourself. Heal your shadow. Find out why you do what you do. And again, let that go. You just got to let it go. Because the more you focus on that, and I agree with you, trust me, I've been heartbroken. My DM is supposed to be coming forward. We were not supposed to be separate at all. We united, and then the fallen angel took him away. So it's been very, very painful. It's been very painful. So I get it. There's times where I have to make sure I get out of my head. I stop thinking about my DM. I keep myself busy because the masculine side runs from love. It's a runner. There's a runner and a chaser. So whenever he gets called, he has a tendency to run. And the new one had a pure heart, so God thought he wouldn't do it, but he still did it. Okay? So you are the chaser. Your divine feminine is a runner. And if you think about her, it's a repellent. So you got to heal you, okay? Heal you, focus on you, focus about being in joy and in love and then all that, okay? So now we're going to get to some messages. I will pull a general card for the twin flames, and then we will do one for you guys. Okay. We've got, I think Amy said first. Yep, because I got a healing at 5 with Amy. So we are going to rock this out. So I'm going to pull a quick general message for all twin flames. Malachi said he is still holding the blue light, but my second DM is still alive. Okay. He did actually send a message through me channeling, which was really strange. And that a redemption wave is about to come and flow through. And then he gave me the keys to union, self-love, healing yourself, healing your shadow, focusing on you, not your twin soul. Do the best you can to not think about her or him. Okay. Because we are creatures of that. We just want to unite. We want to be with somebody, but it's more about being with you. Okay. That's how twin flames work. The more you focus on you and feel good about yourself, feel sexy, feel, high vibe, you have to raise that vibration. Okay. You've got to be healed to unite, and you got to be in balance from a heart center, period, or you can't unite. But it's on you guys to unite. So Harold, that is your key is right there. That is absolutely your guaranteed formula for union. Okay. And then eventually she'll reach out, but only when you're not expecting it, and only when you're not thinking about it, and only when you are balanced in the heart center. That is true. Okay. Spirit tells me all the time, try not to think about him. I know it's hard. Don't think about him. Let it go. Focus on you. Why do you do the things you do? What can I do to get better? What can I do? It's all about that. So let's see what else we need to see for the twin souls in general. And then I'll do a couple free messages for you guys for your own personal journey. I'm a thrill watcher. Is that a song? I'm a thrill watcher. I don't know what that is. So joy is needed also. Some laughter. So make sure that in your balance formula, you have joy. Things that bring you joy. Creativity is also one. Okay. Creativity is a really good point. It's a way to channel. It's a way to be heart-centered. Do things that bring you joy. Do things that are your passion. Okay. Do not think about your twin flame. Think about healing you, because your twin flame is already half you. So if you're healing you, you're causing them to heal yourself. The one who is on the feminine side is usually in charge of this. The one who is in the masculine energy more, and it doesn't matter if you're feminine or masculine, is the runner. Period. Okay. So we have, these are the ones they wanted me to pull. Oh, hang on. Let me pull from here because we got to surrender something. I'm a thrill watcher. What is that song? Does anybody know that? I'm a thrill watcher. They're paying more attention than you know. That's what they're saying right now. So your twin soul is paying more attention to the energies and to you than you know. So don't think about them. Do not, okay? And there is a redemption wave coming. They want me to say that again. Because God knows when God chose my new DM for a reason, okay? And so God's working on it, trust me. Didn't I tell you creativity? Surrender to creativity. Exactly what I said, right? Find a creative aspect. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Okay, and Harold, I will tell you right now, I am not a tarot reader. I'm the Ascension Master. Okay, so I do know, I guarantee you this is the right formula. Surrender stress. Okay, surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. That it's not an easy union because there was a collective shadow keeping it apart. That is what took God down, okay, was separating the twin souls. Not a good thing, right? And we are all God's tribe. So we are all connected to the energies, all right? And surrender to your soul's path. That's exactly what I was talking about, are in the surrender cards. Can I get an amen? Exactly what I was talking about showed up already in the cards. Surrender the stress. Don't think about them. Don't think about you. Go into a place of love, right? If I am in love, all I feel is love. It's a high vibration. They have no choice but to unite there. If you raise your vibration so high, you've healed your shadow, you're just working on you, you're in creativity, you don't allow stress to enter your space. Do not think about them. Do not worry about them. Constantly remind yourself that you're a twin soul. You just need love, okay? That's your soul's path. There is a journey for all of us here. It's learning to let go of the shadow, okay? Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment, okay? That's exactly what I said. That is the key. That is the formula. They've told me 1,000 times, and that's what I actually had to do to wake up my DM, all right? Because he was like so asleep. If you read the Bible, they talk about that. He actually had a black heart from the time of Adam and Eve. Okay. It wasn't Eve. Adam killed Eve. Okay. Surrender to your soul's path, surrender stress, and surrender creativity, because the masculine tends to run from love. They're the runners. The feminines are the chasers usually. Okay. So don't be a chaser. That way the runner doesn't run. Playfulness. I said this. You guys, didn't I say playfulness? We need playfulness and creativity. I literally said that before I was pulling the cards. You need joy, playfulness. We need some joy in our life, playfulness, okay? Laughter is the best therapy. It's a really great way to raise your vibration. If you're constantly watching murder mysteries, are you going to have a high vibration? No. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. See, that's what I said. Make sure you're in a high vibe of love. You guys, I said this perfectly. Like, I don't know how to validate this anymore and tell you guys it's very real. Passion. Go from your passion center. If we are in a passion state and we are feeling love, union must occur. Okay. And one is always a little behind the other. Okay. So keep that in mind as well. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. So enjoy it. Okay. Get into your passion. Get into your playfulness, get into your creativity, start healing your shadow and raising your vibration. That's your formula, okay? You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed, okay? Through turmoil, the blessing will soon be revealed. So make sure you're just not thinking. Don't think about them. Do not think about your twin soul. I know it's not easy to do. That is not easy at all. I know this. Okay. We dream about them. We feel them. We are connected because I connected you. If you watch my videos, I actually connected all twin flames. On the outside looking in, it looks like we've all connected because we had to for the return of Christ. Because they did kill, all right? So the fallen angels thinks they killed Jesus. That's why when they said that, Jamie Foxx said that, I'm like, oh shiznit, Batman. That proves that he's like, I don't know what the hell he is anymore, but it's not the original Jamie Foxx, okay? Now we have this one. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. Exactly what I said. This is the most perfect validation to the message that I gave, you guys. You can't be in your head to unite. We cannot focus on our twin soul because one is a runner always. Usually the one who is more prominent in the masculine energy is the runner. Usually the one who's more prominent in the feminine is the chaser. Okay. If you're healing you, your twin is healing also. So as long as you're working on healing you, working from your passion, working from a heart center, whatever that passion is and joy is, being creative, keeping your vibration high, union will occur. Just don't think about it. And it only happens when we're not expecting it. Trust me. When we're expecting it, that shit don't happen. Okay? It is not a third dimensional relationship. All right? I couldn't make this message any more than what it already was. I told you exactly, and then the card said the same thing. All right? Then also Spirit channeled that. So Malachi gave us the formula. It's also what they taught me about my DM and how to unite with him. And the card said the same thing. So beautiful. Okay? That is the key. The keys to union. Self-love, self-recognition of shadow components. Try not to think about your twin flame, but instead learn to love yourself more. Because when you love yourself more, you forgive yourself, you forgive others. Love. It's all about love, unconditional love, because that is only what God is. Judgment, all of those things are not of God. Expectations are not of God. Okay? Joy and self-growth. Why, what, when, and hows. And make sure you're in balance and fun and creativity and joy and working hard through a passionate heart center. If you're doing that and your vibration's high, you're becoming the best version of yourself, and that is where higher vibration lies, and that is where twin souls unite. Okay? Now, there's rankings in twin souls. Harold is probably amongst the highest ranking. There's me and my DM. Malachi is an angel on the other side. Us three carry the light for the 144,000. From there, you have the highest ranking twin souls, which is also me and my DM. There's quite a few, and those ones have not been able to unite very well. Okay? There's been backlash in that, and not all are united at this time. Then you have the next level down, who are still also very much so connected in a lot of the similar ways. And then you have the third level down, who don't have all of the abilities, and they have an easier time uniting. Okay? And the ones that are closer carry a lot of that Christ light. All right? Does that make a sense? Now, who was the first one? I think it was Amy. Are you still here for a twin flame message? Whoop, whoop. And then it was Michelle. I remembered. Oh, and then if Harold would like one, he can have one. And anybody else that wants a personal twin flame message, where are you at on your journey? If you want to know a specific thing about your twin flame, we'll just keep it twin flame focused. But again, what is the keys? One's a runner and one's a chaser. Do not think about them. Bum, bum, bum. I was like trying to thank my DM for the message, and I'm like, but I'm not thinking about you. I'm out. I was like, thank you for being alive. I'm so glad he said the message was beautiful. And I was like, oh, but I'm not thinking about you. I'm out. Okay. Amy is here. Sweet. All right. So I have to do ascension path. There's an ascension path alignment. I feel like at times there's somewhat of a disconnect because you guys are in different gates. Okay. So you, Amy, and your DM are in different gates at this time. He is finally making his way through Mount Shasta, though. So the last I think I talked or did a message, he was in Mount Shasta because that's what's coming up in the message at this time. He's making his way through that now. So we're talking about an awakening, okay? And he's deep in his shadow and also getting ready for a dark night of the soul. This is the divine masculine of you. That is what I'm like, wow, give me a card. What card? Taking it to the street. What is that song? Taking it to the street. Come on, we're taking it. You need to hear that song. There's some lyrics in that song that matter. You don't know me because I'm your brother. I don't think I have the words right. Forgive me. What is that song? Taking it to the street. Come on, I'm taking it. You don't know me, that I'm your brother. Yeah, you. It's like coming in like weird waves. Taking it to the street. Come on, we're taking it. What is that song? You need that song. There's a lyric in that song that matters. Because you don't know me, but I'm your brother. Yeah, you do know what song I'm talking about, right? Like, Lord help me, what is that song? Just Saints used to be my song person. I don't know what this song is. I know I've heard it. I know it's on the tip of my tongue, and it's coming in like these lyrics, and I hear the beat. What is it? It's an older song. Taking it to the street. Come on, we're taking it. You don't know me, but I'm your brother. Dun, 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 dun. Like Boston or something? Like, who the hell does that song? Okay. Yes. That's what I was thinking. All right. So I did kind of go fast. But your DM is gonna he's gonna need to go to Sequoia. So if you guys remember, when I do some of the workshops that I do and stuff, I will take people when they're shedding their shadow to Sequoia, but he has 4 lifetimes he has to shed, Amy. It's not a joke. He has 4 lifetimes he has to shed, and I got to do it at Sequoia. So I don't know if he can get there, not physically. I don't do this physically. I do this healing. When I go there, I know I've done it for Gigi. I think I've done it for you, Amy. I've done it for Jacinth, and I've done it for Lisa, who usually it's in my one-on-one academy that I do this. And we go there and we dump big shadow components. He has 4 lives that are playing out at this time as he's finishing going through the first portal. So all divine masculines are completely through the Mount Shasta portal, which means they need to shed those components so they can get the activations. Okay. Lisa says it was so powerful. Yeah. When I take us to Sequoia, it is some shiznit. Like, it is like, what did we just do? Because it's like, whoa. I do it with the big trees there, but I do it different. Like, I don't know what I do differently from others, but it's definitely off the charts insane. So he's Amy, your DM has 4 lifetimes of shedding that is needed at this time. Yeah, Lisa shed 12. Yes, I know you've been there with me, Amy. I don't know that you can do it, though. I don't know that you can. I don't know if anybody else can. I don't know. I really don't. But I'm just hearing that is what is needed for him. He's got 4 lifetimes he has to let go of at this time. Because as he went through the first portal, if you guys, I've talked about the portals that I activated. That is the return of Christ. Not everybody's going to have to wake up all at once, right, anymore. We've got to get through the portals. Like when I took the animals, they get kicked back. If there's any karma or shadow, they have to heal. It's your job to clear it and to grow as an individual. And this is showing me he did. He cleared 4 lifetimes. However, he has to shed them. Okay. Then he will get the DNA activations. All right. That is what is going on. He is literally in the dark night of his soul because of that. So he's going through a lot. Some of it he doesn't even know how to express or what is happening. And he's starting to awaken in his third eye more and more, and in his heart. So the accident was a wake-up call. And I think he actually didn't take that lightly. Yeah, this song is very loud. Dun, 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 dun. Taking it to the streets, yeah, we're taking it to the streets. Come on, we're taking it. What the hell is this song? I think it's Taking It to the Streets. Is it Boston? I gotta find out. Hang on. Taking It to the Streets. Doobie Brothers. I can't believe I didn't know that was the Doobie Brothers, dude. My dad used to listen to the Doobie Brothers all the freaking time. You don't know me, but I'm your brother. I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know my kind in your world. Fairly soon, the time will tell. Let me get the full lyrics on this one. You telling me the things you're going to do for me. I ain't blind and I don't like what I think I see. Taking it to the streets. No more need for running. Oh, na. Take this message to my brother. You will find him everywhere, wherever people live together, tied in poverty's despair. Woo! Oh, you telling me the things you're going to do for me. I ain't blind and I don't like what I think I see. This is a song, but no more need for running. Oh, yeah. No more need for hiding. Told you he's awakening. He's also going through the dark night of the soul. I really do think that's what this song is referring to. Before it steps farther. Yeah. Okay, so the main parts of the lyrics that are standing out for me talk about the fact that he's learning things. He's kind of being surprised. The truth is being seen more and more and more. He like, you know how we come into a place where we see falsehoods, right? Like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was false. It's overwhelming for him at this time. And there's no more need for running, right? Like, I feel like I can't run from this anymore. I can't run from this anymore. It's like he's been cornered and forced into healing, although it's free will, it's through choice. Okay. So that song is very relevant. I don't know if he'll like that song. Maybe he will. Maybe it'll help him release or feel some movement, right? So that's what's going on so far in there. He's got 4 shadow pieces he needs to release. And he might be able to do it other than a sequoia, but that's usually where I take us to. And that song is so loud in my head. Do for me. So he's finally learning, like, to see through people. He's finally able to see through people. He's waking up. Okay. We have endurance, rock. Okay. Endurance, rock. Right? Don't be afraid for standing alone. Understand? Like, endurance, rock, be strong. It's about being strong at this time. He has to withstand the shadow. Okay? There's some shadow components he has to withstand. And then we have number 11. That's what I'm talking about. It's like another portal he's going to be going into, which is representative of more shadows. And there is something here that he will have to battle. Comfort, hearth. Hearth. What is it? Hearth. Earth with an H. Heart and earth, love. That is something that needs to be focused on. So he needs to make sure he's coming from a place of love. But when I'm saying he, you also, okay? Because you're the feminine counterpart. So make sure that you are coming from a place of love in everything, no matter what plays out in your environment in this coming month, because it's going to be something you have to endure. Make sure you are responding in love, because, and yours is going to be slightly different than his. Okay, his is bigger. He's got a bigger shadow piece he has to heal here. But he also has 4 pieces he needs to release in sequoia, separate. Is this making sense so far? Everything is layered. Okay. Colors, emotions, gestures, expressions, nothing is really simple, but it is at the same time. Meaning you don't have to think too far into things. Things are quite vast, quite everything, but it's all right here. Home is where the heart is, my friends. That's where God is. That's what mysticism is, okay? Religion is false. Do you understand? It's a religion. That's what God showed me that it is. It was a way to divide, a way to break up the truth and divide. And then they would shove God on a cross, which is not how he died. They murdered his ass, and they took away your cross. They took away your God. That's what that represents, okay? I don't know why that came up, but this is, I feel like, truly relevant for what you're going through and what he's going through. You guys are at different gates. And that's probably going to play out a little bit as we go with the feminines and masculines anyways. And so make sure you're not thinking too much on things, okay? And here we are again. The journey to enlightenment comes due to soul growth. Where you go depends upon the work you are willing to do that is rite of passage. So it's not an easy thing, okay? You're going to go through some trials and tribulations. His will be a little different than yours, but they still can mirror each other. So you have to be very careful for you responding in love and being a rock, okay? Ha, he wants to know, how did I know that? I don't know, but golly, I don't know. I don't know how I know these things. Amy, we might be a little late for your healing. But everything is layered, okay? The journey of enlightenment is due to soul growth, okay? So make sure that you don't give in, all right? And make sure it's a space of love, because the more you can respond in love in every which way is an ascension growth, okay? It's a way through the next portal. He made it through Mount Shasta. He's got 4 souls to dump in Sequoia because of that, and some DNA activations already needing. And he's awakening in his third eye and crown, okay? So he's coming into further aspects of understanding, and that's what that song is talking about. You don't know me, but he's realizing, you know, who really knew him and who didn't. It's like awakening of another kind, right? Like I'm seeing things from a whole new perspective, and it kind of hurts. And make sure he doesn't judge himself. Absolutely. I will tell you, you guys rushed union. It wasn't exactly meant to occur yet, but that's okay. There's like nothing wrong with that. It just didn't happen naturally. So that is why it's been a little bumpy. Okay. And not so like majestic. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's why it was bumpy. So just make sure that with any trials and tribulations, you anchor into that damn earth, right? Stick your heels in. I'm not moving. I am going to respond to nothing but love. Do not respond to any assholes. I have to use this word, with anything but love. It's a very important thing right now. It doesn't matter what is being thrown at you. It doesn't matter what is going to look like, because it's a smoke screen. Remember that. So if like it looks like your whole world is going to implode, nothing's going to work out. Everything's beautiful, everything's righteous. I am love. I am wonderful. I want this. It's a smoke screen. Okay? That's what I mean by this 11. If you can give it a different perspective, the perspective changes. Yeah. Yeah. So that is why it was a little clunky. And that is also why you had to part of why you had to get realigned. Okay. But you're doing it. That's what they're saying. You're doing it. You're getting there. You are viewing through God's eyes again. All right. And it's just really push. So anytime those rise, when the shadow really tries to fight you, you guys, it sometimes takes all the strength we've got. That is why not everybody will make it through. Because some people don't want to heal in that way. Some people don't think they're strong enough when everything is against, like, it's all a smoke screen. You are stronger than you know. Okay, trust me. I made it through mine, and you can make it through yours. Okay? When you go to unite, there's always some kind of shadow component that tries to push you out. All right? And so even in a union, when you're trying to heal, there's some kind of shadow component that tries to stop you, because it is what you anchored into in a previous lifetime or in this one. All right? So keep that in mind. Everything is okay. Taking it to the streets, right? Listen to that song. Like, there's a few meanings. If he actually listens to that song, he might get more of a download from it. Okay? Like a just sudden knowing, like, holy shit, I get this now. So taking it to the streets. Whoever I said it was by, I can't believe it. Doobie Brothers. Oh my God. I know the Doobie Brothers. Lord help me. I don't know why that one's like messing with my head. Very important. Okay. I know I went a little fast. Does all that make sense? And I'm already hearing like Michelle like get excited. Does that make sense? Also, so he should be a little advanced. That's not his fault. That's the DM's fault. So he should be a little bit further on. He needs to work with Archangel Uriel. Uriel is like right behind him. If he starts to tune into his heart space, whether he understands this or not, he can bypass some of these things. Okay. All right. I will see you soon. Did you hear that part though, Amy? I hope so. Very important. Uriel. He needs to start trying to not think too much and just do it. Start talking to Archangel Uriel and see what happens. Start paying attention to synchronicities. He's going to start going through that stuff. Okay. Michelle's like laughing. She's like, how did you know I was excited and waiting? All right. Perfect. So Michelle is up now. Michelle, she wants to know if she's a twin flame. Okay. First, I'm going to ask you, what makes you think you're a twin flame? They want me to ask that. I want to know what components you've tuned into, and if you've met your twin flame. You don't know me because I'm your brother. Yeah, you. You there, Michelle? Do you think you've met your twin flame? Spirit wants to know what you think about that. Okay. I didn't think so. That's you're spot on with that. You have not. So what I think you might be tuning into is soul flame energy, not twin flame energy. Okay, but so there's some healing that has to be done though. Okay, Michelle? So there's some healing that has to be done though, because right now you would not accept a twin flame relationship because it's a masculine and a feminine. Do you know what I'm saying? Once you continue healing in your heart space, you're going to become more aware. At this point, you would essentially push them away. I do have 2 cards here. Let me pull another one. So what I'm seeing here is there's some healing needed. Okay. That's what they're saying. Your heart is a little bit blocked in that area. Yeah. She says that's true. Because if I told you right now you are supposed to be with a male, how would that make you feel? Because twin flames are supposed to unite. So you don't have to necessarily through free will, but once you heal enough, you will. So the choice is yours to heal enough or not. Okay. Right? But if you choose to continue forward and continue healing, and it's somebody that already knows who you are. Secret admirer. Yeah. So they already know who you are. So that would be your choice. You can actually choose not to continue on a twin flame journey. And I didn't want to say that, but that's what's coming out here. So if you don't unite, you will no longer be a twin flame. Okay, it's your choice. Because the earth is shifting. Okay, so we do have secret admirer. This is somebody that I feel like is more aware of you than you think they are. Tomorrow is simply a byproduct, right? What you do today creates your tomorrow. Everything is brighter when we are aligned. Energy blocks through stagnation. Okay. So, in the state that you're at right now, your response is, I would not be with a man. And if you stay there, you will not unite. Therefore, you will no longer be a twin flame. And that is through your free will. If you continue healing and you continue opening your heart, you will actually change that aspect. And I know that sounds so foreign. That's why I was like, how do I give this message? But that's where we're standing right now. And that's your free will. That's your free will. Okay. Because when you truly get into your heart healing, there's some major healing there. Major. And when you heal it enough, that perspective would change. Okay. Then by all means, I feel like that can be a big shift coming in the future. Okay. And then we can do another one of these and see where we're at. Okay. Okay. Because the twin souls are masculine and feminine. We can't bypass that. That's what God is, masculine and feminine. You know what I mean? Okay, so Lisa's been in my workshop. She's been doing the healing. She's also in my one-on-one academy. I'm going to say what you said. She said, my healing has led me to dating a man now out of the blue. I only mention this for you, Michelle, to know that healing changes your perspective on everything. It does. It does. And that might spark 11111. That might spark some controversy in the LGBTQ. I tried to be a lesbian. I'm not lying. Like, there's no judgment here. I'm just not. Okay. I tried it once because my ex said I was too masculine. And so I'm like, fine. And I tried it and I'm not. Okay. There's nothing against that. But I will tell you is that we got so out of balance that we are supposed to be masculine and feminine. So when you get down to it, there is genetic stuff there. And there's also trauma. Okay. And so when you heal enough, you get down to who you truly are. And it can be that we love both, right? But when you're a twin flame, you should unite with your masculine counterpart or feminine counterpart, right? Truly. The only thing I don't agree with, and the only thing that's not of God, is all this gender reconstruction stuff. You do not take children and reassign their gender when they're not fully developed. That totally messes with their DNA sometimes and things, and that creates an issue all in itself. But other than that, God doesn't judge. Okay, there's nothing but love. It's only people that judge. Okay, so nothing but love here. I love that, Michelle. I actually am glad you came for this message because now you know. Okay, you are, but it's totally up to you if you want to get there. If you choose not to, then you will no longer be a twin flame. Okay, can we go backwards in development? Yeah, in the end game. In the end game, we can choose to go one way or another. That is the beauty of it. Through free will only. Like, where did my deck go? Right in front of my face. All right. Who's next? We have Harold. Did you want a message? Are you still here? Anybody else want a twin flame message? Can I get a whoop whoop? Say what up? Say me. Say yo. Whatever you want to say. You're so welcome. I love it. And by the way, you've gone far in your healing journey so far. So I'm still seeing it. You don't know me. He's here. All right. He wants a message. Can I get a whoop whoop? Okay. Yes, absolutely. I'm all for that. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? That's a karmic relationship. So don't even worry about that. She cannot ascend holding on to that relationship. So her heart is going to want to push her out. So as long as you're focusing on you and growing and healing your shadow, she will be doing the same thing. Okay. So that's the beauty of the twin flame story. All right. Is that what you do with you affects her. So if we are outside, we're in our head and we're constantly thinking about them, it's a repellent and they go to the karmic. But if we are in a place of love, growing and healing and passion and a balance from the heart space and constantly thinking on ourselves and just being a better version of yourself. That's what it's about. They do the same, and then they tend to unite because it's in the heart where we unite. Okay? So keep that in mind. I need a directional for you. So we're going to go to the directional. All right. So let me get into your energy. I've never read for you before. Just need a little water for my transition. Excuse me, I burp. That's a form of releasing. So I will tell you there is healing you need for sure. Okay. Your heart center and your Merkaba is also out of balance. I don't know if you know about a Merkaba. This makes sense. Okay, Harold, this actually makes a lot of sense because your Merkaba is masculine and feminine. It's two tetrahedrons, right? It's basically two pyramids. One points up and one points down. One goes to the masculine sky, father sky. One points to Gaia, mother earth. Yours is shut off. It is not even spinning. It is not active. It is nothing. That is a big component right here, my friend. That alone. So you definitely need some healing. All right. Wake up your Merkaba. If you do that, hers will too. She can't see clearly. She can't see. She can't see clearly. She has no idea right now. She just can't see clearly. This was upside down. So, yep. So we have pressure, transformation, pressure. Okay. So when you heal, so it was upside down. They want me to explain what I'm feeling into that and why it's upside down. So we want the right pressure, not the wrong pressure. Okay. Verbally is going to push her away. But if you heal you and you get your Merkaba going and things like that and work on your shadow, that's the right pressure that you're going to put on her. Okay. Discipline time. Boom. Discipline. All right. You need discipline. Meaning I need to make sure that the keys, I want you to go back over this video and watch the keys. If anybody's still watching and they remember the keys, if Amy's still watching, I got to do a healing on her. So maybe she is. Can you write the keys down in the comments for Harold so that he can copy them down? Because he needs to be disciplined in them. This is real. This is like for the real. We need the right pressure in the discipline of you. Okay. Because time, don't think about time. Don't think about time. Adventure and new beginnings. Adventure south. We have new beginnings and adventure. Okay. She may not be here. I'll write the keys. I'll go over the keys one more time. And then joy, music. So remember I said you need some joy. You need a muse. You need to be disciplined in what you're doing, focusing on you, healing you, activating you. Your Merkaba is shut off and so is hers. Okay. So she can't see clearly. Sorry, that was that you said. Oh, I was just wondering if you can quickly type out the keys for union. Do you remember what those are? I thought maybe you would because you've been hearing me talk about it since my twin flame and I story began. But the keys for union, if it's okay, if you don't want to or you can't remember. This is important for him. So we have discipline and time. He must put the effort in. He needs to activate his Merkaba and open up his heart center. So there was a component here that hurt, okay? And you feel that, Harold. You do. But make sure you come from a place of forgiveness of self, forgiveness of hurt, and only unconditional love, okay? Focus on the keys, which is working inward, healing your shadow. Why do I do what I do? Joy, self-love, balance, passion. Where is your passion? And making sure you're coming from that center, okay? Joy, music, find your joy. And music is actually relevant here. I don't know if you do music, create music, write music, play music, but there's something here with that. You're the chills that I just got, Harold. So you need to tune into some music, my friend. Do you write music? There's something here. Play with that, but also a muse. I'm seeing a muse here. It's like find the creative muse. All right. Get into your joy. You definitely something with music here. I did just tell him, sorry, just in case, because I don't know if you were typing it out, but you can still type it out because I don't know if you're like me. I got to like write this shit down. You know what I'm saying? But Harold, it's up to you if you want her to write it or not. If you're still with me, I hope so. I go a little quick in these because I channel. So just bear with it. But there's a new adventure working out here. Okay, that's what the South is talking about. This is a disciplined time. Harold says, I'm still here. Awesome, awesome. So it is time for discipline. All right. And you know what's funny about this card is there's a brain, right? That looks like a brain. That is a detriment. Our mind is so powerful, it can also be an enemy. If we're in our head, just like that one card said, we can't be in our heart space. So, Harold, there's a trick here. The moment you find yourself stinking thinking, because that's your shadow, stinking thinking, drop into your heart, play your music. I don't know if you sing or what you do, but there's something with music. If you like them, I love music. Music's everything. Twin Flames, though, we are all about the music, really, right? We communicate with music and all kinds of things. So that's relevant, okay? That is very important. And I get so many chills when I say that about you, my friend. I don't know anything about you, but I feel like you're like a singer, like you do something. You are into music. So use it, okay? Use it as a catalyst for joy. Oh, the chills, man. My legs were shaved until I met you. Holy sheesh, man. Now I got the goosebumps. Okay. There's a new adventure coming if you can activate your Merkaba. That's super, super. Like, I feel like this message is urgent because there's no time, right? Like, we got to do it and we got to do it now. Don't worry about time. Time doesn't exist. Time is not in the reality. It's a false concept of time. However, we are still in time zone, right? So it does matter at the same time. That's kind of a double negative, double conundrum. But so the right pressure, not the wrong pressure. What is a Merkaba? It's a Merkaba. Your Merkaba is located. This is what I mean. You definitely need some healing. It's located to the front of the heart space. So I do. There's lots of healings that will tune into that. So really quick before I tell you what a Merkaba is, Amy has a really good point. Rewatch this video, she says, Harold, a couple of times because we can only retain about 7% of what I say because it's quite layered. Okay. So when you watch the workshop, so you want to watch these or you want to watch the Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I have healing workshops on this channel, Harold. They're not workshops. They're healing guided meditations. There might be one for the Merkaba. I will look that up. There's definitely ones for the heart. There's definitely ones to align the twin flame. And maybe I will do a Merkaba one for everybody. But your Merkaba is 2 tetrahedrons. I think that's what they call it. Triangles, 1 points up and 1 points down. It's located to the front of your heart space. They should be crystalline grids by now. Okay. So that's how much healing is needed and required for the ascension. So this is a lot for you, and it's going really fast. Oh, Amy says she believes also there is one for that. So check out the workshops on my channel, or the guided meditations. There might actually be one in here to activate your Merkaba. Okay. It's the masculine and feminine components, and Archangel Metatron is a common angel that works with it. I can activate them. Some healers can. Metatron is a really good one. If not here, it's on Facebook, she says. Okay, so I also have a Facebook page, Harold, so we can get you there. If you want to get there, I'm sure we've got something to help, okay? Or maybe I'll just do another one soon. That's also an option, all right? Because I feel like this is really important for you and probably other people, you guys. Gosh, can I get an amen? Yep. And so even Lisa says you have to watch over and over again. As you heal, you obtain more. Yes. And if God gives you a message, it takes like a long time to decipher. The same with the work that I do. Amen. I love it. So, Harold, it was a lot here. There was a lot to process. Give it time to process. And like these, I don't know what my family, these are the people who've watched my work and are well aware. They've worked with me many times. Amy's gone through my academy. Lisa is. They're healers also. But watch the video again, like they've said, because it's very relevant. There's the keys to union in here. Your Merkaba needs to be activated and the correct pressure needs to be put on her, not from here. Do not talk to her. Do not think about her. Get out of your head and work from a heart-centered place. Once we get your Merkaba activated and going and healing, it's going to be an awakening like no other. And then you're going to connect to the masculine and feminine grids. And that is going to also spark her to do the same thing. You don't have to do anything with her. That's what's the best thing about a twin flame, twin soul, is that you're connected at the soul level. Okay? So if anything you want to do is send love, you can go into your heart space and give yourself some love, and she will feel it. Here's another trick about twin flames is the more you meditate, they feel that, and it feels good. Yeah. It feels good to your twin soul. When you meditate and you raise your vibration and you're in that space, oh my, it's a good feeling. Okay? Lisa says, Harold, you ask fabulous questions. I am glad you're here. I'm glad you're here too, because it's because of you I did this video tonight. So it's very, very needed. Okay? I encourage you, Harold, to watch the stuff on my channel. I have an Ascension playlist that has the workshops in it. Being a twin flame and part of the 144,000, those are very important workshops. They are the pyramid activations, undoing the false concept of time. You can heal in some of them, okay? And you can also awaken by watching them. And then the return of Christ happened on Christmas Day live on this channel this year. That is an important healing as well that you can partake in. It happened live on this channel. Guided meditation, I undid the false holy grail in that one. Okay? So I encourage you guys to watch these things. And just like Amy and Lisa said, it's important to watch them more than once because it's quite layered. Okay? And if you fall asleep to them, you're still getting the healing and the knowing. It's subconsciously. Does that make sense, Harold? So the Merkaba it's almost like a chakra center of its own. Okay? And it resides to the front of your chest, right in front of your heart. It connects with your heart chakra. And it is your masculine and feminine compass. It connects you to Father Sky and Mother Earth, and yours it's there. It's just shut off. It has not been activated. So I don't know if you have any questions on all that, Harold. I know it was a lot, but I will tell you I'm glad you're here too, because this is why I'm here. For every one of you. Yeah, he goes, yes, I like falling asleep to healing videos. Perfect. Do it until you stay awake too. Lisa says, I don't have a twin flame, but I love hearing everything else and learning it. So I'm always but Lisa, doesn't mean you can never have one. You know what I'm saying? And you do have a soulmate. It's a soul connection that's very, very deep. So let's just not go with titles. That's what I'm hearing. Jacinth was not a part of the 144,000, but she is now. So she will have a twin flame eventually in the next lifetime. So don't ever limit yourself, ever. It's all about you and what you want to work through, how far you want to grow, how much you want to come to God and understand love. It's expansion. That's the difference between twin souls and non-twin souls, is we are usually higher frequency beings who have expanded so much. We've come closer to God. Me personally, I'm a little different, right? But again, absolutely, Harold, you can't do anything but unite if you do what I said. But don't worry about when, because you don't know when either, right? So don't think about it. You got to let her go. Let her go and work on you, and it has no choice but to occur, probably quicker than you would know. Lisa says, holy cow, I still fall asleep to those. Okay, so it's going to be difficult. But here's what that pressure card was talking about, Harold, is that if you do this, you're going to apply the correct pressure on her to do the same thing. And then she's going to go for her heart center. She will have to break up with a karmic because you guys are supposed to ascend. And you cannot ascend with a karmic. Okay. All right. Does that make sense? So the answer is yes, but only if, and we never know when. Don't worry about it. Letting her go will already spark her curiosity to focus. They don't like that. It's kind of an asinine thing, right? Oh, wait, there's a runner and a chaser, but if you stop thinking about him, then it's like a whoop. Then it causes them to think about you. It's weird, but it's true. Okay. It's almost like on the divine masculine side, love scares them, but they don't want to lose it. So anybody connected to that energy, you don't have to be a feminine to have the masculine dominance. Okay. So I loved this video. I thank you guys for being here. Yep. It's very true. I learned a lot myself today too. I love this stuff. And my DM is still alive, the second one. I only have 2 DMs, not 3. And the fact that Jamie Foxx, you guys, tuned into the fact that they killed Jesus, because Jesus did die. But I got a walk-in. So again, his soul was replaced into somebody else. So they think they killed Jesus, but they did not. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. With one twin dying, the other one will die. Okay. So Jesus, God, is very much here, very much returned to earth. And now it's our choice to rise into it. Okay. This was awesome. And on that note, I'm going to bunk out because I'm going to go do my healing on Amy. Her healing appointment. Okay. Harold, I will be here. I do videos all the time. I'll be doing another live on Sunday with a guest speaker this time. And hopefully Amy will be my next guest speaker. This one will be just Saint on Sunday. She's going to be a guest speaker. Okay. So I will see you guys soon. I hope you have an amazing day. Tomorrow, I want to talk about Hawaii and what caused the fires and the relation to Mount Kilimanjaro when I did that pyramid activation and what it all means. There's no coincidences ever. Everything is divinely guided. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to check out. Amy, I will see you on the flip side. All right? So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. And please forgive me for my any kind of blah. This is my awakening as well. It's very, very painful journey. And so there's times where I need healings too. And I got one. So I'm back on the up and up high vibrational onset. Okay. I love you all very much. And I will see you hasta mañana. Hasta la vista. Adios.